Good morning, people. Good morning.
So, ladies and gentlemen, madness. Here we go. This is a long time coming in a sense. I think we've both spoken about it for a while, and I think it's an absolute pleasure to introduce the listeners and the watchers to the Scottish Bodybuilding Podcast with Calvin Maguire and yours truly, Taylor Johnson. How are you doing, Calvin?
I'm good, thank you. I'm actually so excited about doing this, man, because like you say, we've been speaking about doing this for a while. We've never set it in stone, but it was just like a couple of weeks ago, you were like, mate, let's just do it. Let's just book the studio. Let's just get in. And let's just start putting out there.
I think we're both getting to a point in our lives and our careers where we just want to be doing more.
100%, man. It's like the productivity side of things. The more you do, you just want to continue to do more and build on it. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Bury me with stress.
I know.
There's just so many avenues. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing as well. We're doing what we love every single day. Do you know what I mean? We love bodybuilding. We love training. We love coaching people. So this is us just getting to do more of what we love. Getting to sit here.
And I think that you and I present are quite unique within the industry. I think most bodybuilders, most bodybuilding coaches, you know, it's like, yeah, just not even meatheads, but the I don't want to say like lack of personality, because there's going to be some butthurt people that already listen to this saying, "Oh, how dare you say that?" But it's true. Like if you think of the overall stigma attached to bodybuilding, right? Man. Everyone thinks that it's guys jabbing loads of needles in their arses, eating chicken rice all the time, lack of personality. Well, yeah, most of the time.
You're absolutely right.
You know, whereas, I mean, even like you and I though, mate, like we are quite different, but we're so similar in many senses.
100%, man. 100%. But you're absolutely right with that. There is a massive stigma attached to that, like so much. You just think the overall meathead into it, they've not got a personality, and there is a lot of them. And I think maybe people who are seeing that side of bodybuilding, they're automatically just thinking, so they are. Everybody's like that.
And I do think as well it's a little bit of a barrier. You know, I think that people need to realise like how much value bodybuilding can actually give to the quality of life, because the amount of lessons it's taught me. I mean, absolutely. Look, I think when you and I consider where we've been and where we're at now,
exactly, and
it's equipped us with the tools to progress in life.
100%. It will completely project into every other avenue in a positive way. Every other avenue in a positive way, like business, relationships, your mental health. Do you know? In a sense, I think that I don't know about you, but my like stance has definitely shifted and changed. Like I went through periods of time where I thought that as a bodybuilder I need to be like not so. I'm always very all in, but what I mean by that in terms of like emotionally, to be very closed off. I wouldn't allow. You can allow that to occur, so you can, and I actually think that kind of style that people take, where it's like the all or nothing. Need to go to my bed at this exact time. Can I have this? No, I can't have a grain of rice over what's on my plate. I think you'll make less progress. You end up hindering yourself over a longer period of time. You get so stressed out. Try to tick every single day. I don't know about you, man, but this year's been eye-opening for me just with how business is going, you know, where I'm at. And I've kind of told myself, look, don't be getting, but I'm just like, don't be getting yourself in a bloody tizzy, because what happens is, I mean, the biggest tool that we need to manage, or at least the biggest opportunity we need to manage as bodybuilders, is cortisol management, stress management. Absolutely. And see when I'm getting myself in a tizzy, running about the place, doing this, doing that. But whereas this time round, I've just been like, look, you get variables to tick off, get them done. And look, this is by no means am I saying that I'm being complacent or lazy, but in terms of my days and priorities, I can still get everything done. 100%. I can still keep all my clients happy. I can still do all of this fantastic social media stuff. Absolutely. I can still get time for my beautiful fiance and my dog. And I'm still getting the same level of progress. I work with Cuba for Cuba Chellin. I don't know if anyone knows who he is. He's a fucking hard ass Polak, man. Don't fuck about. Don't fuck about. The Poles. Shout out to the Polish. They don't play.
Nah, they don't, man.
They do not play.
And you know what, mate? I think that if anyone struggles with not discipline, but organisation and structure, but he's your boy, because he will drill that into you. But that definitely pushed me further away as an individual. I felt quite disconnected. I felt very closed off. Felt very militant, and and from conversation with my fiance, that wasn't a fair representation of who I actually am. Whereas when I started to take a step back, start to kind of find my own approach, I do as well think that the deeper into the more you invest in your knowledge, the more you learn, the more you realise that as a game of margins to an extent, but the margins, do they really add up when you consider the impact over the year? You're absolutely right, 100%, man. And like you say, managing stress is one of the most important factors in bodybuilding, and 90% of the time we get stressed out about shit that doesn't even matter or doesn't even occur. Do you know what I mean? I'm the same as well, mate. Like, honestly, like, see if I had a client message there and I couldn't get to it and it was sitting there for more than 10 minutes, I'm like, God, my hair was falling out my head. And it's what I was saying this morning. Unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? But now, definitely see, since the start of this year, I'm going to have a list for each and every single day that I've got to tick off.
See if I don't get all that shit done within that day, it's going to be waiting for me tomorrow. And I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to be pulling my hair out about it because it's only me that's doing it. I'm delivering a good service to my clients. They're not going to be the ones going, Calvin's not messaged me back in 5 minutes. What's going on here? Do you know what I mean? I'm sacking him. I want my monthly coaching feedback. It's not like that
great
at all.
to know that I can leave your response for a good day or two now.
I need my response back immediately.
Need it, bro.
But that's the reality of it. We're so on it that I think to the degree when you're doing so much and your service is top level, because it is. Do you know what I mean? We know we provide a good service because I've had people come to me for other coaches and I'm just like, what the fuck? How have they get away with that? How are you paying for that?
And that's the thing as well. Going back to like us as personalities, you know, us being slightly different to the kind of like atypical bodybuilder.
100%. We've got humour within us. Do you know what I mean? We like a laugh. We got to carry on.
Yeah. And I think again, without people, if people don't know, I coach Calvin. Calvin's my boy. But this is my point, mate. Is it weird to sit here doing this? When it comes to the coaching side of things, mate, it's pure business. But outside of that, and I don't think I could do this with anyone else. Like I know it's a bit bizarre, right?
No,
but like
100%. People have asked me to do this sort of thing with them, and I'm like, I don't know. How
but even just in terms of how we're able to separate our actual personal friend relationship and then our coaching relationship,
not many people can do that.
No,
do you know that? Not many people.
But I see that with you and how I see a lot of how you are with your clients and how I'm with mine.
100%. Some of my clients are like, they've literally became my best friends. The boys that I kind of grew up with now. I don't get me wrong, I still talk to them and stuff like that, but like I've got.
You go down a different path, mate.
Absolutely. We're pursuing different careers. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that's going to occur.
What's the saying? It's like if you're not losing friends, I can't even remember, man. I'm not losing friends, but I certainly think that as you progress through life, everyone has different wants and desires.
It's the levels you're going into in comparison, or the direction you're going in comparison to other people. And I think so many people as well, by the way, are so scared to let go of that because like people are living in their life. Even when I'm talking to young guys in the gym, they're like, I want to be an online coach, and then they're like that. Oh, my friends, I want me to go to Ibiza, and I don't really want to go. I'm like, don't go, don't do this, don't do that. But also remember, enjoy yourself, because man, I'm a little bit older now. I'm a little bit seasoned, and I had some fucking blowouts. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want people also missing out on that side of it.
That's something I am like very passionate with my younger boys, man. The thing is, right,
for them to enjoy themselves,
mate. The thing is, right. So when I've got boys that are serious competitors, I will treat them in line with how I expect to be treated, and that is, you have targets. If you want to go out and blow it once or twice a year, that's sound. You've earned it.
100%.
But see, if you're going out once, twice a month, man, you can't be doing that.
No,
you know, like,
if you've got the kind of goals and the targets, 100%.
But see, if I've got these younger boys. So before all this bodybuilding malarkey, I was playing a lot of rugby. And
rugby?
That was my background, man. So I played district rugby for Glasgow, up to a good level. Both my shoulders just got kaput, goosed. So I had surgery on both my shoulders. I'm
just learning this right now.
But before this, I did that, but I was always very all in. I was all or nothing. See if I wasn't interested, dude, I couldn't be arsed.
Speaks volumes for you doing life just now.
Couldn't be arsed, mate. I was not interested at all. There had to be something that was like pulling me towards to do something, right? I couldn't just drag myself through it. And then I kind of got up in the kind of whole bodybuilding thing, and things starts to click, and things start to, I don't know, you start to realise what you actually want to be doing.
Absolutely.
And then it kind of leads you to then these paths at points. You're like, how the hell did all this happen?
It's putting yourself into positions like that, into, and somewhat to a degree, what I've noticed over the last kind of 3.5, 4 years since I've kind of done this, it's just becoming a wee bit of a yes man. Do you know that way? Like putting myself into positions that I normally wouldn't. I'd go, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm going, just stepping out of that comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? And putting yourself in a position where, and that always.
I mean, even doing this. This is the first time you ever done it. Look at you, lad, like a G.
Are we on camera? Is it rolling?
I know.
No, but seriously, it's exactly things like this. Like when you messaged me last week, you were like, mate, let's just book in for this podcast. And I'm like,
let's do it.
You get that wee thing in your stomach and you're like, fuck it, let's just do it. Do you know what I mean? Let's go for it. Yeah. So if there's anything I can kind of encourage some people to do, is become a wee bit of yes man. Do you know what I mean? To a degree, don't let people run over the top of you.
No.
Which I've done that before as well, but
I think we all
you live and learn, don't you?
Yeah, man.
It's the kindness mistaken for weakness.
I know. Well, I think that's a pretty nice intro.
That was nice.
Calvin and I, we have no plans today, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to go off the cuff. We've got a rough template, so obviously the Scottish season's coming up. I think a lot of people will be quite interested in Calvin's background, because your background, I mean, both our backgrounds are very different, man. And I think your story is incredibly inspiring.
It's funny how they both kind of lead to the same path. Incredibly different backgrounds, but both on the same kind of journey now.
Yeah, man. So you want to give us a wee rundown of where you're at just now, where you've been, all that nonsense?
So currently, online coach. Get an amazing team of incredible clients. So I do I've been doing this now for about, I'd like to say, started training in lockdown, end of 2020 sort of time. So I've been doing it a few years now. Do you know that way? It's still very, very young in bodybuilding. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. The one thing I always do go back to. Is I wish I started.
I knew you were going to say that, man. That. Everyone's the same. I'm the exact same, man.
You wish you started there.
And why did you not start early? Was just not. I
was not in it. I always said to myself, I always admired people with good physiques. See if I was on holiday, I'd see a guy with a six pack. I remember my mum got me a gym membership when I was 18 for my 18th birthday. I went to the gym like once or twice. But always admire people with a good physique. Always looked at people and went, I'd like to get like that one day. And then never ever actually done it. Never even bothered to pursue it by any means at all. I'd have the odd gym session here or there. But that's what I'll say to my mum. I was like, the only thing I regret is not doing it sooner. My mum says, Calvin, you done it at the perfect time. Everything that you'd went through prior to that. Do you know what I mean? That's what was supposed to occur for you.
I agree.
Be where you are just now. But that's been honestly, I cannot even explain how life-changing the last 3.5, 4 years of my life has been. I would never have thought I'd have got to the heights I'm at just now, ever in life, ever. 4 years ago, and it's crazy, and it just goes to show, see if you can switch your mindset into something and go, I'm going after this. It's the all-in approach.
And if you're asking, did you have like targets out the gate, or did it just happen quite organically?
Mate,
because for me, it was organic. I didn't think of. I liked the idea of having this and that, but then
it was 100% for myself. It was very organic. The building site shut down. I started training in my garage. I googled how to get abs.
Oh yeah, give people a rundown what you were doing before the.
So I was basically. Everybody probably knows that story now. I was on the building sites. I was on building sites from I left school. So I did a brickies labourer. The hardest job in the building site, but the least paid job in the building site as well. Breaking my back. I could think
anything worse in the winter sitting doing that, man.
No, bro, listen, I'm telling you right now, this was.
Do you have some baz to do that, man?
Mate, this was hell on earth. This is why.
Some hand warmers and big baz. You didn't get big baz now, though.
Thermals. So even now when I'm driving by building sites, I'm flinging Hail Marys at the workers. I'm like, go on, boys, because these are the boys that are building the infrastructure of this country. But look
at you, like Donald Trump over here.
Build a wall. Build the builders. No, we get the Mexicans in.
Bathgate's most successful Mexican, bro. Come on,
bro. I built Bathgate. I built Heartlands. See all that new stuff in Heartlands? I built that 4 years ago. So I did.
You're the king of Heartlands.
I probably built your house.
That's why it's fucked.
It was.
Walls are all squint.
No, it's a crazy job. Anybody who works on building sites will know it's an extreme, especially bricklaying, foundations, you're walking about in mud and all that stuff. It's very demanding.
I have so much, sorry to interrupt, I have so much credits. I've got clients that the work is on sites.
It's crazy.
And I've got so much respect, man.
Bro, it's one of the hardest grafts in the world, genuinely.
You're up at fucking stupid o'clock.
It's crazy.
You're grafting all day.
Aye. You're a broken man.
Mate, shout out my client Chris, he's the boy. I was speaking to him last night. And he gets up he sets his alarm at, I think it was 4:30 every morning.
My man.
To get the gym done. To then go, exactly come back, take care of his daughter, take care of his wife, go to work.
What guy? I love this guy. Do I know Chris?
He goes to Limitless. Chris Cousins. He looks insane, man.
Aye.
You'll see him.
I know who you're talking about. I'm sure I know who you're talking about.
He always wears like loose fitting clothes, but he's shredded. He looks insane, man. Very good.
Good, man.
Very good.
Have your eye on him. Big up, Chris. Well done, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. You're killing it. Shout out.
Boy.
Much love.
The boy.
But basically, when I'm working the building sites, driving my pan in, showing up to work every day, hating it, but still working hard, regardless of any job I've done. See, when I was a young boy and I got a paper round, I was like, my pals were like, just ditch the papers, we'll get the money. I said, every paper's getting delivered.
I did a paper round as well. I think I started doing it. I think I was 12 or 13.
Aye. 13. The paper rounds were the one back then. Yeah. 15, 20 quid a week. But worked hard at it. And then lockdown hit, shut down the building site, so it did. And then I was kind of in a spot where I was like, shit, I couldn't get a furlough because I'm self-employed. So it was like this mad scheme thing where they'll try to get his money, I never get a penny. So I ended up building a couple of dumbbells, a wee exercise bike in a garage. So I did. The building sites were... building sites. They were shut for 12 weeks, so they were. And I googled when that period of time, I was like, right, this is it, Lindsay. Pubs were shut, couldn't go out and get pished at the weekend and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And that was my usual.
And was that like a usual thing for you back in the day?
Literally, make £250, £300 a week, go out and spend it all at the weekend. Go buy a Hugo Boss t-shirt at £150 that I couldn't afford, then borrow money off my mum and my wee sister during the week. It was crazy. And then obviously when that shut down, I was like, right, I'm getting into shape. I'm going for this. And Lindsay's like, I heard it before, man, you're not getting into shape. So I got a couple of dumbbells during lockdown, put it in Lindsay's mum's garage. So I did. And I googled how to get abs, so basically how to create a calorie deficit. I was like, what's this calorie deficit thing? Looking at it, bro, I basically protein only for 13 weeks.
They got shredded, but
I got shredded to the bone. Shredded to the bone, so I was. And I was falling in love with the way I looked. And I started doing a wee couple of posts on Instagram, and people were like, how do you look like that? Like, what have you been doing here and stuff like that? And I'm like, I've just been doing this and that. I was scared to miss a beat. I was scared to eat a carb for a period of time. I just created this crazy thing. If I eat carbs, I won't get my abs. And I've seen my body changing so quickly. But I buried myself into the ground. Sex drive was gone and everything, as you know. Testosterone was probably in the gutter. We natty at the time. Lindsay was like, I remember it because I dieted so hard, bro, I was shredded. And Lindsay was like, what's going on? Do you not like me anymore? I was like, I was bad. I didn't know. I didn't know what was happening. Because obviously your test levels just completely go bunk. For any natural athletes, they will know. And assisted at that as well. You're dieting down to that degree, man. Nothing's bottom down
Shout
there.
out Decadic, you're the one.
It's back now, but don't worry. But buried myself anyway. And I just fell in love with the process, man. So I did. I was like, seeing my body change all the time. I liked that demand, getting up early, going to the wee gym in the house. Just the routine that was creating a different person within me. And then when I went back and then I remember it was like I think it was a Thursday night. No, they used to do the lockdown things, but it was like, this is opening back up. That's opening back up on a Thursday.
Like a review.
The review of what they're going to open back up.
Yeah.
They were like, my pal phoned me and he's like,
every week I was hoping the gyms were open. Hoping the gyms were open.
Well, I didn't know any better because I was training at the garage gym, so I was like, this will do me anyway. Yeah. But the luxury of a good gym would have been nice. But I opened, basically a phone call from my pal who's at Calvin. The building sites are opening back up on Monday. I was like, fucking feeling greeting, man. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. My heart just sunk. I didn't have a penny to my name, mate. I was actually training in that gym and had food there, and that was literally it. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, I'm not doing this, Lindsay. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to go and do a PT degree. I'd love to help other people feel how I feel just now. So we went and done that. So we did. Sorry, I had to go back to the building sites first. Done a couple of months back on the sites.
I bet that was brutal.
Mate, it was horrible.
Every day.
I went back to the sites and people were like, what the fuck's happened to you? People were calling me Vin Diesel and all that. Seriously.
I can just see a lane was a brick.
I was just a skinny wee shredded guy. But anyway, so I went back to the sites and I was like, I can't do this much longer. So I went and got my PT course. God almighty, and if anybody who's thinking of becoming a PT, that is literally your ticket into the industry, that course.
Just get it done, man.
Get it done.
Get it done. It's what you learn after. It's not the best, is it, Calvin?
It's not the best. It's what you learn after.
And I'm sorry, but this is going to sound a bit lame, man, but if there's any PTs out there that listen to this that are happy to have just taken their qualification and leave it at that, you ain't doing it right.
You ain't doing it right, man.
Because that is incredibly outdated.
Aye, you're going to help somebody.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think out the gate you'd probably get a result or two. There, but if you're wanting 100%. To coach properly, man, you need to be heavily invested in yourself. Platforms like J3U, Physique Collective.
ICM's good as well, man. I like that ICM one. That's pretty good.
I'm not on that one.
Man. It's quite foundation kind of modules and stuff like that, but it's still good. Do you know what I mean? It's still good for somebody coming into the industry. Even myself, I took some.
I don't know if you remember the Muscle Mentors.
That was like the first one I'd done.
So I was on their platform. It's a shame because now they've just folded it. I felt like they should have just kept that platform alive.
Why not just keep it open?
But I can remember pulling it up and just these big long words, man. Bro, like photosynthesis. What is going on here? Look, mitochondria.
Bro, I could not understand. I was like, is this what I've got myself in for here? Yeah. I just had to switch off for it.
But that's the thing, is that when you begin to dip into it, I think that a lot of the physiology, there's a lot of overlap.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to understand the absolute microbiology, with the ins and outs of 100%. Physiology, because I would feel incredibly embarrassed if someone asked me a question, I just couldn't answer them. But then you come to realise that
it doesn't even matter. Half of
you don't need to know the point one.
I could not agree more with you. And it's that as well. See, for people coming into the industry just now, I think I come in just at a time as it was starting to really transition into the depths. Dr. Dean was putting stuff out, the muscle mentors and all that, and I was like, this is quite a lot to take in. But now, for somebody walking into the industry now, they're going to be like, where the fuck do I start? What do I do here? There's just so much information. And to be honest, it's literally just a case of just get in the gym, move a bit of weight and educate yourself as you're moving forward in your journey. Do you know what I mean? Where everybody's like, people are starting the gym and they're like, it's got to be the perfect exercise position, it's got to be the perfect cues, perfect break, everything has to be in alignment and all that stuff. And you're like, 100%, I'm a bit of, as you know, I'm kind of the same as yourself, bit of bro, bit of science. Do you know what I mean? I like a fine mix of the two.
That's the best way to be.
But it's rinsed me these days, man. This, do you know what I mean? The kind of science side of things.
I can remember it was maybe about 4 years ago, your exercise mechanics started to become like a big thing.
Fucking Jeff Nippard.
I know, man. No, but it was. I think it was really. I remember Cuba started kind of going into that, and then Physique Collective. They were kind of like the the pioneers of the cuff lateral raises. You know,
it is good, man. Don't get me wrong. It's good as a place.
I rate it, but it's not the be all and end all. Especially see if you're like a younger individual watching this. Do what you want to do, right?
Get your hands on some fucking dumbbells.
Just do what you want to do, right? But like, trust me, don't be sat there stressing over the studies if you can't train worth a fuck.
100%. You need
Effort is the primary dictator here.
Absolutely.
It is not to do with strength curve, resistance profiles, moment arms. It has nothing to do with it. Has to do with your intensity, has to do with your passion, has to do with what you're willing to give. And if I'm being honest with you, you know, do not reside to the low volume model because chances are you cannot train worth a fuck. And as far as I'm concerned, and this is something I am an advocate in, man, is I would rather do more than less.
Absolutely.
I would much rather overcook it and then pull it back instead of conforming to just doing enough. You know, and I think a lot of bodybuilders can reside with a bit more of a lazy approach. I used to just rock and roll with the 2 side of stuff, whereas now I'm willing to push it when I can. But the thing is though, man, it's like you gotta spend time going through a higher volume model, a lower volume model, going through all the different styles of intensifiers to find out what you actually enjoy and what you want to do, and then just stick to that, mate. Stick to that.
I love volume, man. Like that's how I like the way you program. I know you're not a volume junkie, but you're not just like top set back off on every single movement. Do you know what I mean? Intensifiers are in there. Some movements, 3 sets and stuff, like I enjoy that. I really do. I like coming out the gym feeling worked, and I like knowing, if anything, maybe I've just overcooked it a touch, but then we can obviously just pull back. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely do enjoy it, and it's so important, like Taylor was saying there, go into the gym with intensity. If you get 2 people who go to the gym, okay, one of them trains with shitty form and execution, but incredibly hard intensity. Raw dogs it. Or somebody goes into the gym and has to train with a pinpoint immaculate form and execution. Everything needs to be so tidy and perfect, but they don't train with any intensity. The one who's going into the gym and just flinging away is going to be
hard. It's actually really hard to coach intensity. I always say this. I always like preface clients. See when I'm like running through form assessments, I'm always like, look, I'm going to be brutally honest with you here. If I think there's more, I'll say, because you're inadvertently pissing in the wind. There's a massive, well, not a huge, but from like a response scale, from a growth scale, it seems like anything up to like 1 rep in reserve is pretty, or rather 3 up to 1 is kind of what you're looking for, right?
Nice.
And if you're finishing when the set's starting, you're finishing when the set's starting. That's
exactly it.
It's like, come on.
And a lot of people can't gauge as well. A lot of people going in with the RIR approach and stuff, they've never been to failure, so they don't know what RIR is.
I will always say, if I'm reviewing some form assessments, and it varies from person to person, right? How many boys can take it on the upper but can't take it in the lower? So I've got a couple of boys. I was running through one of the boys' form assessments last night, and I said, look, mate, you're coming through for a leg day, and I think 3-4 weeks he's penciled in for. But you need to have someone to show you.
Absolutely,
you know, I will always think back to my first PT session with Andy Scott when he was working at Pure Gym. So if you guys don't know Andy Scott Silverback, probably one of the, I'd say in my opinion, probably the best. Well, he's the best Scottish bodybuilder, the best professional Scottish bodybuilder, the only Scottish bodybuilders. Another one, but I think he's an absolute waste, man. But shout out Andy Scott, man, you're the man. Andy put me through a session, and I was crippled, mate. I was absolutely crippled. I couldn't walk afterwards, man.
Absolutely ruined.
Because I remember saying to him, bro, I train hard. And then see when he put me through that. Oh my Lord. And since then, but because see if you can train your legs hard. You can train anything hard.
Absolutely. There's almost like a mental barrier into it with pushing yourself, and I've been there myself. I've created this obviously through my injuries and been able to push my legs. I know I've created a mental barrier when I'm walking into the gym already to train legs. Do you know that way? Just because of my injuries from the building sides, my sciatica flare up. So I know when I'm going into a hack squat set, I'm not thinking about how am I going to perform this. I'm going to go all out.
No, you shouldn't even be thinking about doing a hack squat set.
I'm like, am I going to snap my leg today? Is my sciatica going to pop? Do you know what I mean? But you're absolutely right.
And that's the thing, mate, is see after a certain point, mate, how riddled with injuries are you? There's always little something all the time.
Every day you wake up, there's going to be something. Niggle on the shoulder, back might be sore, lat might feel a bit, your knee, do you know what I mean? Like there's always, this is just...
And let me ask you this, do you work through it or do you just take the week off?
Oh, I take the month off. I can't walk through that. Get in the gym. Like, you've got to be clever with it, of course, as well. Right, recovery is the main factor here, man. We do understand that. But at the same time, I've got people that come to me and they've got maybe a wee bit of a runny nose, maybe have a wee bit of a tender shoulder, and I'm like, look, get in the gym and get after it, auto-regulate the session, just be clever, don't be an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, but so many people, it's like...
I think that is one of my biggest pet peeves as a coach.
Oh, I'm in pain, I can't do this, I can't... Like,
man. And a part of me, it feels a little bit like inhumane.
Absolutely.
But it's just expecting my guys to go. But the thing is, mate, is I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I've had countless loads of other little niggles and injuries.
Has it stopped you?
I just kept showing up, mate. I remember getting my shoulder and I was in the gym 4 days afterwards, just battering my legs for a while. That's all I would do. I did that for 6 weeks until I could eventually mobilise it, and then it was like, yes, right, I can train my back. Okay, I can do presses coming across the body. Okay, maybe overhead's not working right now, but I can do everything else. Oh, great, I can do a dumbbell lateral raise now, a cuff lateral raise, great.
Absolutely.
And then it just builds and builds 100%. And builds. But like that for me is just like, it's just laziness, man.
Absolutely, man. It's like they want to almost, I can't because I want to take that time off. Bro, I get depressed when I'm not at the gym. I'd done it last year when I done my shoulder, swinging my nephew, I wasn't even in the gym, swinging my nephew on a zip line, my shoulder popped.
I remember that.
Remember it?
Yeah.
I'd like 12 weeks, I couldn't do any form of laterals, couldn't do, everything was like, I was doing cuffed cable presses and everything. It's still a wee bit tender, but I can walk around it now. I got BPC 157.
Wagwan.
Wagwan. And my physio Austin, fair enough, he sorted me out a bit and all. But that was it. I was like, I'm going to that gym and I'm doing whatever I can do. Do you know what I mean? I'm like with cuffs and everything, and just anything I can do at all to just get in the gym and get after it. So I'm still making a form of progress, because mentally you just feel so drained sitting in the house looking at 4 walls going. And then you're coaching people who are they're moving forward, and you're sitting there like, I want to be doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's tough. It's
I feel like you do live through your clients sometimes as a coach as well, man.
100%, yeah, 100%. Especially when you've got one like maybe who's in prep or something like that. You're like, this is awesome. It's so good. You definitely do. I take all like I see my clients as well. They motivate me. See, for some days I don't feel like getting after it.
100%.
And they're giving me their all, and I'm like, that's fucking.
I don't know about you, but I get more motivation for like my lifestyle clients than what I do my competitors.
The competitors, tell the competitors on my team, okay?
You guys are awesome.
You're good, but you're never happy. You could look the most shredded to death, skinless, dry as a bone. I feel as if I'm a wee bit fat. I feel flat. Whereas if you get a lifestyle client, we
have this clip. Do you realise? So when we come to prep next year, man, I've got this. I've got this as artillery.
No, but this is the thing with competitors, man. Because they expect so much of themselves, it's like they're never satisfied almost. But you get a lifestyle client who's maybe really overweight. I hate using the term lifestyle. I don't mean lifestyle to kind of put MD down or anything like that. Just somebody who's not...
Those that have competitive aspirations.
Yes, exactly, like that. They could lose 5 pounds, bro, 10 pounds, fitting in a new pair of jeans, and they're texting you, oh my God, I thank you so much. I'm fitted into this pair of jeans. And you're like, this is amazing. Yeah. And then you've got the competitors ready to the bed, looking like an absolute Adonis.
Bro, I've just benched 4 plates. I'm like, that's cool, bro. That's cool, bro.
It's wild, man. So it's wild.
And I think it's the degree of... like orchestrated chaos that they have to manage.
Absolutely, so much.
You know, you really learn, and then when you've got some competitors that do what we do, you know, that have a good client base,
absolutely.
But for some reason, it's like, no, I don't have the time.
It's like,
I'm like, you're done, mate. You're just being a little bit.
It's your life to do this.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's good. It's
and if you don't mind me asking, I mean, I know what you're going to say, but you are an incredibly organised individual.
Thank you.
Have you always been like that? Because I definitely haven't. I was a bum. I was a bum for years, dude.
But I was exactly same. Lazy to do anything. Like, I've never been lazy. I've always been right. Get this done, get that done. But I've never been organised. I'm not telling you right now. It's bodybuilding that's doing that to me, and not just talking about competing. Even stuff like people who go to the gyms, people who go to the gym. Even just a lifestyle client, that shit is going to sort your life out. See, if you've got to go up, prep meals, go to the gym at a certain time, train at a certain time, that structure and routine that bodybuilding gives you, it just plays out in every other aspect of your life, in my opinion. And that's what's created my routine, that's what's created my structure. Bro, I feel guilty if I sleep past 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, but it's special what it does to you. I think it's, in my opinion, and a lot of people maybe not be in the same boat here, because I know a lot of people are like, bodybuilding's bad. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people are like, bodybuilding ruined my life. I think it's one of the greatest things you can uptake. Do you know what I'm talking about with the people that have maybe had a bad experience with prep?
This is going to, again, people might get a little bit hurt by this, but it's always the same people.
It's always the same.
It's always the same people. It's always the people that don't achieve what they want to achieve, and they want to throw shade in the sport.
Absolutely.
Bodybuilding gave me this, bodybuilding gave me that. No, you didn't. It didn't. I'm sorry, darling, or gentleman, or whoever. But like,
listen, hen.
I know, but like, it didn't, absolutely. Mate. It's like you potentially had something underlying, but the sport was not the rationale behind that. I can't say like weak-mindedness, because it's nothing to do with weak-mindedness, but you've let your guard down, and you know your self-talk is dictated. It became your reality. You know,
that's a massive factor as well. The self-talk. Do you know what I mean? And self-belief as well in comparison to that. But you're absolutely right. Like, so many people though maybe have a bad experience with bodybuilding, and they're like, it gave me an eating disorder, it ruined my life, it done this to me, it done that. And then you get the bodybuilders who maybe do come to a finish and they've got this incredible memories from it. They're like, I'm just stepping away from it. I'm maybe not going to live that lifestyle anymore, but I love bodybuilding, I love what it gave me. Whereas the other people, like you say, you're just like, shut up.
I think people also need to realise what they're getting themselves into if they do bodybuilding. There's going to be periods where you're force-feeding meals, you're up later than what you'd like. Game. You're going to be, and properly force-feeding meals. I've been at points where I've been buckled over the sink, you know, finishing a meal and it's just dry heaving, it's about to come out. You know, that for me is like my like kind of like breaking point. That's where I know, right, I can't really push anymore.
You take it far.
That's but same applies to the opposite end of the spectrum when you're dieting. You're going to be incredibly hungry. You know, and I'm sorry, but like, you do not have a binge eating problem if you have just done a big long blended diet or bodybuilding prep. You just don't have the control to manage the appetite response, because it is mental.
It's crazy.
Post-show, post-diet is always harder than the actual process itself, because there is nothing to keep you on track in that sense. It is just yourself, and I.
It's all done, do you know what I mean? All the likes on Instagram for you looking shredded and all that stuff, your journey to the stage that everybody's following, you step on that stage, you step off, you have your 5 minutes of fame and you're forgotten about, and then you're sitting there dealing with the most incredible hunger signalling, and you're like, shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I went through a terrible experience with my first.
How are you post-show?
Terrible. So was so bad, like so bad. But this is good because I've been through that experience. Don't get me wrong, every single diet
everyone that
I've
does
done
their first, I don't know many people that can nail
the first post-show.
It's so hard.
I think you need to get out of the system.
I done fucked up.
My man.
And like, I like to think that I'm a very, very resilient person.
Bro, that was the part that was getting to me. I was like,
you feel like a fake,
for 15 weeks. You do.
But I remember going
I remember
going for like walks, man, after, and like going to like Tesco, and buying like a white fucking. I was obsessed with white Twixes, and mate, I remember just like one day having like a breakdown walking. I was doing that. For some reason, the only way that I could reason with my behaviours was for doing 20,000 steps a day. It's fucking ludicrous, mate.
No, I know
it's ludicrous, man.
100%.
You know, it's like, I'm eating shit. Yeah. I feel bad about myself, so I'm going to just walk for hours a day. So this was in lockdown. Because my first show was cancelled.
That's right.
2 weeks out. It was a blessing in disguise. I'm happy with the, you know, I'm not happy it didn't go to plan, but like I wasn't going to be ready anyway.
No, that's ideal then.
I wasn't in a position to prep, mate, when I look back at it, man. And this was actually the initial talking point. And to be honest with you, Calvin, we're 30 minutes in, so after this we can dip into the Scottish season. And we can get a waffle on. But I can remember being so embarrassed because it was a total shift in character. I was like, who the fuck am I? Like. Genuinely,
you do question it.
Who the fuck are you, man?
You absolutely feel mentally broken because you have been so on it, and then it's just like this thing just overcomes you. I'll tell you about my binge episodes. It wasn't in the morning for me. I would starve myself all day, bro, and then I would go to town at night, and I would literally be in the kitchen at 2 a.m, pouring bowls and bowls of Cocoa Pops, eating them. Where Lindsay would come in, and she'd come into the kitchen half asleep. She's like, Calvin, what are you doing? I'd open the fridge and I'd put the bowl of Cocoa Pops into the fridge with milk and all that in it. And I'd be like, I'm just getting a drink. And she's like, she's like, are you eating again? And I'm like, Lindsay, I can't control that.
Yeah.
I can't. Do you know what I mean? And then I would go and do a nibbles cardio in the morning, starve myself, maybe have some pro-veg meals over the course of the day. At night, I'd be like, right, tonight, I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to embrace the hunger and I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
And I bet at the time you didn't realise that you'd probably been better off just diluting your food across the day.
Absolutely. Just get back on your actual, do you know what I mean? Just get back carbs in over the course of the day.
I think it's because your body wants something that's not had in a while. Like, I'm having Cocoa Pops. Brilliant. Milk. I'm having fucking milk, but watered whey.
It's actually good.
The amount of people that are disgusted.
I know.
When I'll just give them their meal plan and I'll have just like, let's say I'll give them post-workout cereal and whey. Like, what do you want me to have? Like, milk with this? I'm like, have it with water, bro.
The water and the whey.
I know.
I don't mind a dash of almond milk, man, but
I know.
it's water. It tastes the same anyway. The wheys are so good now. A day shout out Perform, Pit Stop Nutrition. I'll leave that minded you. I'll leave
It's fine. Use CR. Is it CRM10?
No, not like, well, you say use CRM10.
Okay, use CRM10.
Use Taylor.
There you go, my man.
We've got each other's backs here. Big up Pit Stop.
We'll definitely get Neil on the podcast. By the way,
100%. Definitely. Papa Pit Stop. We need to get him on, man. Legend of the. He's a legend of the Scottish.
He's done good, mate. I'm very proud of him, man.
Mate,
I'm so blessed to be part of this.
It feels amazing, doesn't it?
I've been a member partner now of Pit Stop for like 2 years. You've been 3.
Aye, trickling into 3 now. 2022. Aye, 2022.
I think I'm probably one of the. You're probably one of the reasons that I'm actually part of the team. But it's, mate, you know what? I'm so bloody appreciative, and I don't want nor expect a lot from working with Pit Stop. I just love the boys that work with.
Being a part of it.
Mate, I just love working. I just love being able to go and do things with you.
It's cool.
I mean, we've got Big Tom, we've got Josh, there's a couple of English boys down. Lindsay's just became part of the team.
It's not official yet, but
bollocks!
No, it will be come this week. I'll say to Neil.
Sorry,
we've spoke about it.
To be fair, this will be going out.
This will be going out.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team, baby. It's good. Listen, a lot of her clients use CRM10 as well, so I'm like,
there is someone else coming on board, but I'll leave that. You know what I'm talking about.
Aye.
I didn't say it.
What are you thinking anyway? Who's your thoughts? Who have you got your eyes on for the Scottish season?
We are on the 16th of Feb.
That is 5.
So we've got, is it 5 weeks till granite?
Well, they do the BPA before the granite.
Oh yeah, so BPA, right? So the main shows in Scotland is going to be BPA. Mm-hmm. Is there going to be a
BPA, FMC, if you might call that a main show?
Yeah. And that's actually a good point, because my opinion, okay, I'm going to be brutally honest, right?
Go for it.
For me, the federation that I am personally invested in is NPC, Two Bros, and PCA.
That's the path.
Okay, that's the class that I like. But I used to, I will be entirely honest with you, man, I used to have a bit more of like a, not a derogatory stance, but with regards to the smaller federations, I used to dismiss them a little bit. But I start to realise that everyone has a place in the sport. Absolutely. So, for example, if you've not been bodybuilding a long time,
go and get your feet wet. I'm
going to be honest with you. You probably don't. You probably aren't in the spot to be competing at a regional level for Two Bros.
Absolutely. You need to work your way up to that.
PCA first timers, man, crack on.
Absolutely.
Set yourself a goal at the end of the year. Work towards that. But if you're wanting to just do a bit of a shotgun prep and you've only got maybe a year in the game, and then aren't a genetic anomaly. Then I think that there is value towards going to the smaller shows, because see, when I've been and put clients through them, it's been very welcoming.
Mate, they're
very low stress.
Aye, they're the friendliest shows about. Do you know what I mean? Everything's just easy going. It's more like, don't get me wrong, it's still of course it's still competitive. You're there to compete, but it's just like there's this incredible kind of enjoyment. It's like they almost make it for people because they know these are maybe going to be first timers, people who haven't been training for a long period of time. Do you know what I mean? It's like they almost welcome them in.
Now, what I don't agree with is if you are, you know what I'm going to say, a tried and tested Scottish athlete, and you keep on going, I love you, Chris Bain, you're my boy, and I'm keeping this in because I love Chris, and Chris knows me, and I wind him up at this all the time.
Chris just loves winning,
he loves winning. He is the most decorated Scottish athlete.
Any bodybuilding show.
He absolutely is. He absolutely is, though, man. And you know what? You can't say anything because he
racks him up.
He shows up year after year after year after year. I've got a lot of time for the boy, man. But I don't think you should be doing those shows, you bastard.
Get on a Two Bros stage.
No, he's doing Two Bros Scotland.
Is he doing Two Bros Scotland? I thought he was going just for the pro card this year, or PCA pro card.
He's going for that, but he's doing
nice, and he's doing it after.
Yeah, man, I'm really glad that he's done that.
Like it, Chris.
He's doing BPA to start, which he'll probably. I think he did that. I think he took overall last year there.
At the BPA, I'm
sure. So I'd like to think he probably takes overall again this year.
FMC, I had somebody compete at the FMC one. I'm sure he'd time me at that as well.
But I'm glad that he's doing that. But like I said, though, I think if you're a more seasoned competitor, just dip your feet
jump in with the big boys.
Look,
if you're a big boy,
man, jump in with the big boys, man. You know, and again, I don't mean this like a rude nor like a cheeky way or anything. I'm just open and honest. We all think it,
man.
you know. It's like you're not going to get. It's like you're not going to get an Olympian competing at an amateur level.
Nah, absolutely not.
You know,
100%, man. You want to test the waters. Do you know what I mean? You want to be able to test the waters.
We've got those shows coming.
Yep.
You have two boys.
Yep.
So you've got BPA. Have you got any BPA?
No. Granite's the first one.
Two boys there.
Two boys at that.
Class 2.
Yeah, tell a lie, actually. Tell a lie, not two boys at that. One boy at that now.
One boy?
It was actually meant to be free. So it was.
If you know what I'm asking, is it just Chris?
Boy,
just classic?
One boy had issues at the start of his prep.
Yep.
My man Craig, who I love to bits, has literally just been called to work in America. And he cannot.
He's
ready. He can
men's physique boy.
If there was a stage right
Dude,
now,
that sucks, man. Are you devastated? I'd be fucking gutted, mate. I'd be gutted.
And he's like, bro, this job's been pulled forward. I can't say no. It's like a life-changing opportunity.
Do you know what, mate? Good for him, man. And do you know what, mate? He looked insane. Mate, incredible dense muscle, grainy. He's built for that shit, man.
I think he would have took some places this year. Definitely,
I agree.
100%.
I agree.
And it was heartbreaking to see he messaged me. I was like, no, please tell me this isn't happening. Is this a bad dream? And I was just like, brother, you need to do what you need to do, mate. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you know what I mean? He's like, Calvin, I'm sorry to you. And I'm like, no, I'm sorry to you. This is just heartbreaking, man, because I've seen, no disrespect, I've seen the boys that he would have been against in terms of the Scottish men's physique boys. I don't see anybody coming close to him. I'm being honest. It was, and he's a first time.
To be fair, when I think back to all the dons of men's physique in Scotland, right? I think of your Kirk O'Briens, I think of your Dylan Guthries. I definitely consider you to be up amongst the top ones now.
Another year.
I think like the old guard are kind of shifting, right?
Aye.
But I don't. But like the new, I mean, you're going to be the fucking champ, mate. I'm telling you now. I have no doubt in my mind. You will be the champ.
I appreciate
people
that.
know it. No one can compete with the structure. No one can compete with the depth. No one can compete with the width. No one can compete with the quality tissue that you've got. And condition is never an issue.
Yeah.
But like, there's no, as far as I'm aware, insane men's physique boys right now.
Nah.
I mean, can you think of any? I mean, you probably have a better scope of understanding for me, but like, and again, no disrespect.
In Scotland, no disrespect at all, man. In Scotland itself, you've got what's his name?
And it's a wee shame because I had wee Tyler, man. But Tyler, he's stopping now. He's
completely.
He doesn't have any intents to compete, man. He's going down a different path now, which I'm thrilled for him, mate. I really am. But it's a shame with him, man, because I think if he gave me another 2 years, he could have done really, really good,
100%, man.
Really
good.
But, mate, Tyler's older than us, man. He's 30-something, man, so he's kind of crunching time.
How's you kept yourself so young?
I don't know, man.
Where have you go? Where's it stacked?
I know. You're the Jennifer Lopez GH setup. 10 units.
Was it Kirk's client? He won.
Oh my goodness! Yes, Dean's awesome.
Is it Dean?
Dean, please take your off season seriously, my guy.
He looked insane. So
yeah, man. He's a lovely kid, mate.
He looked
lovely guy. He's a kid. He's older than me.
Just the perfect shape, symmetry, proportion, men's physique.
He's
does he not take his?
This is going to sound like crazy, but do you know the boy down in England, Gerardo Alvarez, men's physique lad, Filipino, insane, bubbly muscle.
Bro, bet his waist is fucking tiny.
That reminds me of Dean. Bubbly as hell, mate.
Aye.
Bubbly as hell.
He's just got this crazy look, and when he comes out, he sits with the vascularity as well. And I know vascularity doesn't win shows, but it adds this crazy look to the physique style. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like, he looked mega.
And so then you've got Chris.
That's what I was actually thinking. I didn't know if keep forgetting his name, Dean was competing this year.
Dean is competing this year.
So that's what I was like.
But he just does a last minute thing, man.
Does he?
Because I was speaking to him after Granite last year, just chatting away to him, and he was telling me his issues his off season. And I just don't understand when someone has that potential that they can't go all in.
I look at yourself and go, imagine you just dialed in that extra 10%. What would you do?
Yeah, because he's awesome, lovely guy. Mate. But I would just wish that there was more throughout the off season, man. Because I think he just employs Kirk for his prep,
and that's it. Aye.
And again, like if you're a bodybuilder out there, you know, just spend time with your coach in the off season, man.
Absolutely, it's the phase.
There's no fucking and again, I know that maybe not everyone wants to do what we want to do.
Dialed in off season,
but just like I had this conversation with my clients, it's like if you can, why wouldn't you, man?
Exactly.
If you can, why wouldn't you?
You're undoing.
Not everyone has the potential to go fucking far in this shit, and if you have it, bro, I would grab that opportunity. You know, like.
You are going to go far.
I hope so, mate.
Mate, you are heading in that direction.
I hope so.
What's your count just now in terms of wins and overalls and all?
So two overalls in 2 seasons. So
it's not got a lot of potential.
I know.
Big shows as well.
I know.
Is it PCA and Two Bros?
Could be saying Two Bros. Two Bros. So next time we go though.
And when is the next time, Taylor?
I know. We'll wait and see. I don't know.
Your face looks to be coming in.
I know, man. I know. Do you think it is coming in a bit?
That's what I see. When I seen you jump out the car, I was like, your cheeks are coming in.
Oh, nice. I come in so quick. It's a joke, man.
It's good.
I hate it.
It's good. Do you know how you could know?
The thing is, right, is it's like, when I've got someone like you, right, I'm coaching, and every week you're saying so tight. And you're growing so well.
Oh, bro, just...
on less gear than what I do.
I know. But it's time to do something about that as well. We need to ramp up this.
I know.
You promised
I've got like 5 grams, mate.
Listen, if you, I know there's a saying, obviously, if you don't need it and you're responding without on the lower doses, which I definitely done that off season, which I'm happy as well because
I'll just be totally honest with you. I'm very aware of what occurs in the industry.
Absolutely, man.
Okay, and if someone tells you that you're going to be an Olympian running 500 to a gram of gear, you're talking nonsense. If you're going to be a pro running 500 to a gram of gear, look, you have to be a genetic phenom.
Absolutely.
Typically, boys, at the high end of amateur level, running anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 grams is what I would say.
100%.
Prep and off season. And I had ambitions to push you, but we got up to it was over a gram. Was it under a gram?
I think it was just over. I think it was 1,200.
Yeah.
Or 1,150, 1,200 roughly.
Just every single week, mate. Low, slow, productive, condition. Sure, towards the back end we got a little bit softer, but I do think that because of the ongoing stress that you're experiencing towards the back end, that probably detracted a little bit from us.
That's why we pulled the diet. We didn't really need to. We were healthy and my bloods were incredibly good.
Bloods were insane, mate.
Mate, what the hell was that all about? I was, every time I get my blood work back, I'm like...
It's a precision coaching protocol, bro. What are you talking about?
Man. I was actually like to Lindsay, I might actually post my blood work. It was so good, man. I probably will prior to this push-up. But I honestly put it down to, of course, mate, the way you kind of handle things.
Cardio.
Supplementation, cardio, keeping
mate.
tight.
It's all cardio and keeping tight.
Absolutely, man.
It's all cardio
because I've seen myself get softer and I've seen my bloods, not bad, but skewed to a degree. And then I've seen myself there, and that's probably natty.
Yeah.
They look like natty blood work.
They're insane, mate.
I mean,
no, they're better than, apart from that, but they're better than some natty blood work. And that's the biggest thing is like, over time, through going through the process, I've realised that the dirty bulks, the aggressive pushes,
that's what does the damage, man.
Does the damage,
that's
mate.
What does the damage.
Your blood pressure goes to the shit. Your cholesterol's impacted. Your overall well-being's impacted. Your digestion's impacted. You need to. I mean, even your overall productivity. The thing is, man, is it's like people don't have the fucking balls to go low and slow because they're scared of the progress. But then again, I always explain this to clients. I was like, look, we've got a 20-week window here. I can put a kilo in a week, but come the back end of it, you're probably still going to have to strip off 13, 14, 15, 16. Depends on the individual.
You're probably talking about a 3 kilo gain there for a 20 kilo push up. You know what I mean?
Whereas if I'm pushing someone for the same amount of time, but then we're halving that rate of gain. Okay, but we're still following a weekly linear trend. And
you're not burying the body.
And you're keeping an eye on the visuals, and you're actively seeing that there's not as much fat. I promise you, mate, the actual tangible tissue will
absolutely. You've done it to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can be up to sitting at 108 kilo with abs and everything. That was my heaviest ever. And then when I look at I'm like, so you done well. Shout out to you, Captain.
Thank you, boss.
Shout out to you. And it's definitely a protocol I do take with my clients now. Just that.
I can remember when I started coaching, I was giving people like fucking 400, 500 calorie manipulations at a time. I was like, man, you're getting big.
Don't get me wrong, there's one boy I need to push it with a wee bit. Stevie Shaw, my brother.
I remember you told.
He is.
I've got some boys that are,
some people are going.
I've got one specific young boy, Sambo. He's awesome, mate. He's absolutely amazing. Great young kid. But mate, he's unfortunately, mate. He's see these young boys, right?
Yeah.
They can't eat what we can eat. They can't eat 5-6 meals a day, 100 grams, 150 grams of rice. They just don't have the bottle for it.
No, 100%.
And so when you've got boys like Stephen, boys like Sam, here you go, bro. Here's a muffin. Here's a muffin. Here's a muffin. Here's a muffin.
Honey, jam, get it.
I know it's not the right way of going about things, but it serves a purpose for the time.
Absolutely. And it's that's
and
not going to be
some bodies do need it.
Absolutely, man, 100%. Some bodies will respond that little bit better from it. They'll soak the food up a little bit better from it. Whereas when you're pummeling somebody with so much clean food, their body's ability to only digest so much here, it can only go so far, and then you're just shitting out the other side.
This is going to sound absolutely horrible, but like a massive cue for me is the quality of your stools.
Absolutely.
See, come the back end of an off season, it's like I wake up in the morning, mate. It's like fucking sludge coming out of my batty. It's fucking gross, mate. It's gross, man.
I'll tell you. Shout out, I'm not going to mention their name, and I've told a few of my clients about this before. So I was asking a client about his stool in the off season. How is your stool? Was it loose? Is it solid? Do you know what I mean? Is it not? Blah blah blah. Bro, guy sends me a picture of his shit.
Oh!
Sends me a picture of his shit, and I'm like, you have lips. I was like, Lindsay.
I had a boy once describe his shits.
You know who you are. He's probably watching.
Such as tar. He was like, it's like tar coming out. This boy was Welsh. This boy was Welsh. He was like, it's like
he's probably eating tar.
Oh, bro,
that's wild, isn't it? But that's coaching in depth, and then you get people. It's first to say, see if you see the start of the message that says TMI, you're like, oh god.
But usually at that point though, I guarantee you that see if you just pull your food back by like 500-600 calories,
100%.
So just take out the processed foods first. Keep the whole foods in.
I call it like the wee add-ons. See the wee kind of caramel snack attack, rice cakes, right? Just chip them away first.
I'm exactly the same. I promise you, mate. Everything will improve.
Absolutely,
give your gut a couple of days to settle, but you'll see good return on investment. And remember, 100%. You can only eat, or you can only grow what you can eat, or you can only digest what you can eat, or you can only just grow based on the food that you can fucking assimilate and eat. So get it in you.
Get that food down you. But anyway, back to
the Scottish. So you've got Chris.
You're posing him.
I've been doing posing with him, man.
Posing coach.
He's been doing really, really good.
He's looking good, man. He's looking great.
It's nice he got the new trunks.
Mate, the purple trunks representing the pit.
Did you get the Iron Eagle ones I've seen?
Sorry?
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle.
I prefer Iron Eagle ones. There's a couple of different brands.
Someone called Iron Monkey?
Iron Monkey, Iron Gorilla, Iron fucking everything. No, there's Iron Eagle. They're a bit like banana hammocks though.
He said that. He says, these too small? I was like, it's just because you're used to wearing the kind of classic brands.
The Iron Monkey ones are so square and triangular through the front. But see if you've got a tiny, neat waist, which he does.
Chris does, man.
Which he does.
Does non-exist.
See if you've got a tiny waist, you get those ones that are like that, and you get the wee slutty ones that come into the waistline. You know, and he needs to pull them up as well. Make sure he pulls them up because he's hanging around your hips.
I know, 100%. You see some people doing that and their ass is hanging out. It's like,
I feel like a bit of a woman though. You know how girls are like low rise versus high rise. They pull them up, and it's like their waist just disappears. But it's the same for guys, man.
It's the exact same.
Bodybuilding is a big bloody pageant, and it's a big bloody illusion.
Absolutely, man. 100%. It is an illusion. Did they mark you down for pulling your trunks up as you're doing all that spread?
They don't like it when you're. They didn't like you doing that for Two Bros.
Two Bros was the one time.
Yeah. But I think PCA is fine. But you can understand it, man, because the judges are getting out. But I feel like a buzz.
Bro, Two Bros are rough. See my
tattoos.
Client, Abby. Did you hear the compliment on the makeup and everything? They're like, your makeup wasn't too good.
Really?
Everything, bro. Abby showed me our feedback from the Two Bros judges, and it was rough. It was so like makeup was okay. That like just everything. So that's the thing. That's a beauty pageant.
I've got I should have mentioned my client Ryan from Men's Physique. Ryan Bennett. If I give him another 2 years, my client Ryan.
Is it classic now?
No, he's still doing Men's Physique. Ryan Bennett, board short boy, tall, handsome,
blonde hair.
No. He's still in Edinburgh. Yeah, but Ryan, he's I said that for him in like Two Bros, and he's going to be really good. Just more muscle, more time, and he's going to be fucking awesome.
Get the structure on that for it.
Aye, but mate, he's the most handsome man. Is he? In Edinburgh. He's beautiful.
I like him already.
Honestly, man, if I wasn't with Joe, I'd be shagging him. He's beautiful, handsome, lovely guy, and a really, really great build. But I said to him, I was like, look, mate, see if you show up on an NPC stage.
Game over.
You're going to look... he just looks the part. Just handsome.
Just perfect for it.
Perfect for it.
I love
just
that.
Like the look. But that's the thing with bikini as well, is like they want a certain look.
Feel beautiful.
So I can remember last year putting Kat in down in Maidenhead.
She Kat looked ridiculous, man.
Mate, I was looking at her pictures the other day, just scrolling through my phone, and she popped up.
Did you not repost them? Or was that
I might have done so, but mate, she just looked insane. Just like the ratios from like her delt into her hip into her glute, just the ham. Oh mate,
she was legit perfect. I remember seeing her in Limitless, and I was talking to her when she was in Limitless getting a cardio and stuff like that. And I'm like, you look like this is perfect. Do you know what I mean? You look mega, so you do just now.
Yep.
She moved him and
she's down to she's Australia.
Down under.
Yeah, man. I was gutted to see her leave, but I hope she's doing really well.
Aye.
No, but anyway, with Granite coming up,
big up the kid.
I have a feeling That's our Billy Stella. We'll be taking the overall.
Aye.
Don't know if you know Billy.
No.
He's one of...
sorry, my client Chris will be.
yeah, sorry, Chris.
Chris is bringing it.
Chris is looking awesome, mate.
We've still got so much creatine to use on him.
Just get him right, boys.
Billy Stella, so I've...
Dan Bastard's client. Dan Bastard's client.
Insane.
Mate, he looks he's very incredibly good from the front, mate.
Fuck off the PC or something.
I know.
Stay away from it.
I know. I think for him that'll be...
Is he medium?
That'll be medium. Or short actually.
Right.
One or the other. I think that'll probably be... If I was to think about the main... The biggest boys... And I think that I understand why Billy's doing it, because I think it's to get data.
Absolutely.
But I do think Billy's just a wee step above that. I think Billy should be doing PCA Scotland or doing a regional. But I know for a fact it'll be down to gathering data, because Dan's coming up anyway to do the guest pose. So it's like go on stage, run a protocol, we'll see what the crack is when we're there, because I know that's what Dan likes to do. Dan likes to run a peak, make an adjustment, which makes sense. But the thing is though, man, is it's like from peak to peak.
Yep.
It's so different.
That's
the only downside I have of that stance, is like we're trialing something.
If the peaks are back to back, so if he's trialing him for a granite peak, if it's back to back, depending on what he does, that could impact. It's a week after. You know what it's like, man. See, if you're trying to peak people between shows, sometimes you can get that little bit of retentive water, that little rebound. You're trying to chip away at a few days to bring them back in, and then you maybe need to start loading, whether that be maybe front loading, because you can't essentially put it in. Do you know what I mean? Like it can if the shows are so close together, it's very hard to replicate the same peak within a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do it.
No, it's really, really hard, man. You're chasing your tail big time.
Absolutely, and they'll probably land the best look at one of the shows, and then the look will maybe hit a peak, and then it'll start to somewhat diminish to a degree. But do you think Dan Bastard's going to call you up on stage?
Oh, is he hell? He can't handle the mass.
It's in trouble if he does.
I've been on the sunnies, but I'm getting pride. I'm just worried in case I do get called up again.
I'll hook you up with my Milano tan dealer.
Oh, please, mate. Please. I'm surprised we already have a bloody stockpile back at home based on your colour.
It's so natural.
You're natural, aren't you? But I can't wait for Granite though, man. It's always like a good social catch-up, man.
Granite's the best, man. It's so good. It's just so fun. I don't like to say it's not professional, but it's more lenient, laid back. The guys have a fun.
Dude, I love the weekends, man. Are you going up for the weekend? You're not for the day?
We're going up on the Saturday.
Christ,
I just got the weekends, you know that.
Can we say that thing's competing?
Who?
Your missus? Is she doing Granite?
Oh, Lindsay.
Right, okay.
Come on, Lindsay.
I wasn't sure if she was.
No, she's doing the Granite. Lindsay's doing the
perfect.
Granite. PCA.
Good.
Potentially two bros, or maybe UKUP, one of the two.
I'm going to assume that because is it a 2-week window between Granite and PCA?
It's 1 week.
Is it 1 week, right? So we won't be able to get a wee grub afterwards. Then should we shoot back on it?
Well, I think last year.
To be fair though, I
think Taylor does invite a little off plan. She's in a good spot. Do you know what I mean? I don't like doing it if it's a week. If it's 2 weeks,
I don't either.
I said
2 weeks is fine.
100%. Like last year, it's the same because last year a lot of people after the Granite went and got an off plan meal, and my client Abby was doing a Granite then PCA. I was like, nah, you're not having an off plan. And then she's seen all these people go for one, and I'm like, could have gave her one. I was like, nah, I've made my decision, but
you're
it's
better
not
off just
worth
not,
it, man. It's a risky business, and I don't think Lindsay will take one if she gets offered one as well. I think she'll just want to stay dialed in, because you don't know how
for the
it
sake of 1 week to then have a 2 week break thereafter.
No, is
it back to back to back?
2 week after PCA to two bros.
Right, okay.
So it's like Granite, PCA, 2 weeks, two bros. But there is a UKUP show after PCA, which by the way is another incredible.
Get a pro card, come on.
Kylie McCabe, pro card, UKUP.
Oh, mate, insane. I can't wait to see how she does as well, man. She's got a beautiful.
She's going to do well,
she's like a wee pocket rocket, mate.
Bro, she just grows.
Yeah.
She is literally like
I love her in a power pose, man.
She's got about 1 or 2 working sets of quads in per week, and they are just not stop growing. I'm actually going to tell you to stop growing, stop training your quads.
I love when you get clients that you bring on board and you've got no idea how they're going to do it, and they just like fall into the lifestyle for it. They just love it.
The memories I had with Pret and her, and just the times away, the shows we went to with our man as well, Stephen and Lindsay, and that. Some of the best memories last year. So it was just incredible, because she was showing up, and everybody she was competing against was just this wee tight. I was calling her the giant colour, the Sean Clarida. Yeah, she just the tiniest wee lassie on stage, but she just had this crazy structure. I cannot wait. She'll be back on stages. I'm not going to say when, but
26.
We're going to assess after We're going to assess maybe the back end of 26, potentially 27, but we're going for some big goals next time round. So
is she going to go more down the PCA route, down the turbos?
Mate, honestly, like she's
what class do you think she could fit into? And does she have enough size for the kind of turbo style of stuff?
She's accumulating it quickly.
Yeah,
she's accumulating it quickly. Because that was like one off season, and I'll say it, no disrespect to you, Kylie. You know I love you. That off season that I kind of done with her prior to putting her on stage. The training stuff like that was good, but she knows she trains a lot harder now. She knows she pushed herself a lot better, so she can.
It's an evolutionary process, man.
Exactly, man. It's over time, isn't it? Same as myself. When I look back at my training for a year or two ago, I was like, Jesus Christ, and I'll probably look back again. But I really want to push her down the rail of my two bros. But she's got the PCA structure there as well. But I honestly do believe, like, I think in 2027 we're going to be going to a few abroad shows.
Good, that'll be awesome. That'd be bloody awesome.
So I do. And you've got after the Scott, you've nobody in the Scottish.
So in Scottish, I've got a boy middle of the year. I've got Rab doing, I guess like June. It's Coventry or something like that. I can't wait for him, man. Is he a freak? Classic killer, mate. He's
Rab. I must have seen him on the
Coach
stories.
Rab.
Coach Rab.
He's still in Glasgow. He's got an insane structure on him, man.
Has he?
Very dense. Shout out to you, mate. He's been doing incredibly well. He's opened the gym through in Glasgow Next Level.
Good for him.
I'm very proud of him, mate. He's an absolute killer, man. See, for someone so young, I find it so inspiring. I was on the phone with him the other day, man. I think he's like 24, 25, man. Open the gym.
He's in the danger zone. I love it.
I know, man. But like, he's just a grafter, man. He's obviously struggling a little bit with the challenge of opening a gym. And I will be honest, right? I was having a conversation again with that. I feel like I fucking phone all my clients all the time, man. I need to be charging you pricks more. Take my fucking time like that. I love yous all. I
thought £120 a month was enough. That's what Taylor charges me, by the way. It's £120 a month.
No, but I was speaking to Anton, and I was saying, you're the only person that I know that can stay afloat. I am not going to lie, man. I like to think that I'm pretty organised. I mean, you know my struggles recently with my fucking foods. But
I know. Stuff.
I've got so much respect for you, mate. You definitely inspire me as well, man.
Well,
sometimes I'm like, is this cunt like it's all right with me coaching him, and I'm having a up until 1 o'clock at night eating. I wake up.
I'll cancel my diet.
I know.
You jump on board with me.
I know.
Bro, you inspire me as well. But I remember actually saying to you, I was training with. You probably won't remember this. So I followed you on Instagram for a while when you won your PC overall. And then we went to Gareth's gym. Buchan's gym in Rep. Do you remember that? Rep. I was with Christian and Lewis Holden was there and stuff like that.
That was the first time that I met you.
I spoke to you after it. I was voice noting you after it, and I think I said something. I'll need to find the voice note. I said, I dare say you'll coach me one day. Because I always had this thing where I was like, I'd like to be coached by him.
Yeah.
And then,
because you were thinking about... No, because you were with Christian.
Aye.
And I went to Tom Ames for a little bit.
Tom's fucking one of the best coaches in the country, but I just knew his style and stuff like that. It was like, this isn't. Do you know there's some ways you'll just vibe with some coaches?
Yeah.
You'll take to their style, and I was just like, this isn't for me.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? But I like Tom. I listen to his podcast. He's
very knowledgeable.
So
especially when it comes to the pharmacology side of stuff, man. That's like
that's his niche.
Forte. I certainly think based on conversation with him, his trajectory is he wants to do more women, like the big women, the kind of women's bodybuilding, physique kind of stuff. Sarah. Sorry, not Sarah. She's insane, ridiculous, man. Sarah Bradley. She's
just ridiculous.
But even Romana Dambastix,
bro,
you know, Mrs.
Wild.
She's. I mean, I remember seeing her. We seen her at the fucking Olympia, bro.
Oh, so we did.
We seen her at the Olympia.
Man, Jesus, you went. I seen you at the Olympia.
I know, I seen you at the Olympia. I seen you Friday. I think it was like Friday or Saturday night.
I remember that. That was good. And then we'll try to link up, but I've been.
I'm going to tell everyone a funny story about this because you've probably heard about
Let me hear it.
So, I am, not many people know this, but I am partial to the odd little jaundice every now and again, a little bit of the... Devil's lettuce. So when I was in America, there's a boy called Carlos Thomas Jr.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know him?
Sounds like a dope smoker.
Carlos Thomas Jr. he's insane, mate. He's really young, man. I know he's like 30-something.
What class?
But he's a open class bodybuilder.
Right.
He competed at Texas last year, and I think came third to Andrew Jacked, and I don't know if it was Martin I can't remember who it was, but he came third. He's insane, man. Just he'd lack a little bit of condition, but the freak factor. He's like a black Nick Walker.
Oh, Jesus.
More aesthetic, I think.
That's wild.
Because Nick doesn't really have the lore. He's got just like square
he's just
legs.
a massive varicose vein.
Whereas, yeah.
It's a walking varicose.
Whereas Carlos Thomas Jr.'s got like mad fucking huge legs. But anyway, I was outside with, because Billy Stella and I and his missus and my fiance, we all went away together.
Ah, nice. Right.
So we're out outside, then Carlos Thomas Senior, his dad, comes out and he's chatting away to he's telling us how last night he was chilling out with Dorian Yates and Chris Cormier, and he brings out this spliff, and I was like, oh, hello, my man. he's like, son. He didn't say son, he said another word, but I will not say it. But he's like, you want some? And I was like, go on then. So I had like 3 draws.
Was it all green? No tobacco?
So just a blunt.
Do you take the blunts?
Yeah, I'm smoking. It's just a blunt. I'm always a blunt. I'm always a blunt. And I had 3 draws of it, and I was like, I gave it back to him, and I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Okay, let it.
And he was like, this is like the real Cali. The real Cali.
It would be because it's Florida into California. It's like,
yeah, so he's like, this is the real deal. Aye. And then he's like, he go have a little bit more. I was like, no, mate, I'm done. He's like, so he called me a pussy. So I was like, right, okay, I had another 2 draws.
Oh, you got it. You need to smoke with the big
and
boys.
then all of a sudden, I can remember just like looking down and fucking Brandon Curry just walked past me. Billy's like, here, bro, Brandon Curry just fucking walked past you. I was like, what? So I can remember.
Oh, I hate that. Not being in control.
So I can remember getting some sushi. I can remember going up an escalator that was like never ending. I remember having to coordinate my steps. This guy spiked me with Cali's finest kush.
Was it wild?
Bro, I can remember watching the prejudging, or the thens on the Friday. Blazed.
Oh, you ruined?
I couldn't enjoy it. I was stoned. I was so stoned. I was so stoned. I was like, oh my God.
That's horrible.
And I can remember seeing you.
I remember seeing you as well, and you were like, I'm so excited.
And I was like, does he know I'm fucking stoned? Does he know I'm
that's
absolutely
the worst part about
I'm baked here. Everyone here knows.
That's when you start getting in your own head.
Derek Ludford's on that stage posing. He knows that I'm stoned right now.
He's looking right at me. How dare you?
So yeah, bit of advice. If Carlos Thomas Senior ever offers you a joint, say no.
He'll be listening.
I hope so, because he was lovely. He follows me on Instagram.
Oh, does he? That's cool, man.
He's a good
you
lad.
need to watch, but he'll div his lettuce, so you do. I just don't like that feeling of being in control. See, when I was younger, man, I'd be taking out bloody that money shop up at Town Centre. I was a young man, about 18, 19, remember the money shop? You can go up and get a wee day-to-day loan thing. I used to go up there, never heard of it? No. So it was at the money shop, you could get the short-term loan things. So I used to go up when I was like 18, 19. My pals
for a score bet.
We're going to that. No, we're going to Amsterdam for the weekend. I'd be like, I'd go and borrow €500 off the money shop, but just go to Amsterdam for the weekend, just like that. And then I went by a certain age where it was like,
can't imagine,
mate. I was constantly, every time I was doing it, I was like, I'm just having badgins here. Yeah. This is horrible. So I don't know if my brain matured, and I didn't like that feeling of not being in control. Whereas before, I was like, escape my life. But anyway, that's just turned into the Stonecast.
I know.
But that's a cool story.
I think
it's a cool story, man.
So in terms of obviously Scottish shows, we kind of covered that. I mean, we actually meant to discuss like prep and all that sort of stuff. I mean, we've been speaking for about an hour.
We didn't expect it to go like this, to be honest. That's people. So what we're going to do, we'll get like a little bit more kind of
structure.
This was just
about
a pilot. This was just about kind of getting the first episode rolling. We'll get some Q&As in from some listeners and stuff like that. And we'll go into a little bit more depth in regards to all things kind of prep, bodybuilding, and like lifestyle, and kind of how we've spoke today, except with a little bit more depth on certain scenarios.
I did think today was going to just be a bit of a...
Just get out there.
Yeah, and we done a bit of fun, and...
Absolutely.
I definitely enjoyed it, and I think that over time we'll just build, especially with the people that we can bring on.
Absolutely, man. It's got guests as well. That's what we're talking about. There's going to be guests and whatnot coming on. Do you know what I mean? We'll get some quality guests, and even though it's called like the Scottish Bodybuilding Podcast, we'll still be talking about like British bodybuilders as well, but the Olympia and all that sort of stuff. But mainly Scottish bodybuilding focused. But we'll get like people.
I think it's really important that there's like a consistent means of coverage for UK Scottish,
absolutely,
media, because there's a couple of boys that will do it, you know, but like it's just back and forth,
inconsistent as well, and all.
Yeah. Whereas for us, I think we know the value of pushing this sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
Getting our face out there a little bit more.
And we want to make it fun as well. Do you know
make it fun as well, man.
I don't like just be like, yeah, so today I ate 300 grams of sweet potato and chicken breast.
And the thing is, man, is it's like, of course there will be people in that will probably be a little bit like that. But I think it's just a case of just trying to give people a better scope of the industry, what's happening, keeping people up to date.
Yep.
It is, well, like we said, bringing guys like Neil on. You know what I mean? You're opening a gym soon, you know. I mean, we're going to cover the challenges of managing that amongst the business.
Absolutely, man.
There's a lot of value out with just bodybuilding here, and that's, I think, something that we wanted to cover, man, because we are definitely more than that.
We've got interesting lives, to say the least. Do you know what I mean? We've got
and I think most bodybuilders are, but they're just not willing to share. I don't know if people. I don't know if they like the facade of like the living in the shadows.
You're right. Hood up. Like I don't do anything other than this, that, and the next thing. But they've probably got a million stories to tell. Do you know what I mean?
Because I think we're all a lot more comparable than what you think.
Absolutely. You know? I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. It's a nice community to be a part of. I remember when I done that first show that I done, I was backstage, bro, and I was looking. I'd only been training for about 8-9 months. I had no business being a bodybuilding show. And I was looking about.
You did well, though.
I won.
Yeah.
I was ready to the bodybuilding guys showed up fat, so they did.
Yeah.
But I remember being backstage.
I think it's going to be crazy when you next compete, man. It's going to be night and day.
Cannot wait. It's going to be a big old difference, so it is, which I cannot wait for. Part of me wishes I didn't do that 3 years ago.
No, why?
I don't know, just
because the transformation's going to be insane,
I know,
bro.
Then
think of the clout I'll get as a coach, mate.
You're true.
Come on.
Last time comparison to this time. That'll be nearly 5 years I've not been on stage, so don't rush it, people. Don't rush it. Saying that I was only training 8 months.
I think people underestimate the time that they need as well.
Ridiculously.
Because like I'm saying, when I did my first comp, I was not in a position to do so, man. I was not in a position to do so. And if I'm being honest with you, man, I've got clients that have asked me about competing, and I've just said, look, you have the potential to do well, just not right now.
Absolutely.
Because that first instance can make or break.
Absolutely. It'll ruin you for bodybuilding, mate. And that's I'm the same boat as well. You need to be transparent to a degree, and let this person understand the realistic expectations that I'm getting on stage just now, or maybe doing it a little bit later. And what's the difference? You're still getting on stage. It's like a lot of people are so caught up in, if I don't compete just now, it's now or never. No, it's not. The stage is always there. Yep. Just enjoy the off-season, enjoy getting big. That's the thing as well, man. Is like there's going to be people that will, maybe for like their own gain, try and push you, try and encourage this, try and encourage that. Absolutely. Realistically, the only people you need to listen to is your coach, man. You're paying them. Give them all your trust, man. If you don't trust your coach, don't work with him, man. Don't go somewhere else, because it's going to translate to your results. So translate to their decision making. There'll be friction within the relationship. It's not worthwhile whatsoever. Yep, absolutely. It doesn't. It doesn't work. Neither it does. Do you know what I mean? You need to have that trust in your coach, like I've got with you. Man. You need to have, it needs to be there. Shall we, do you know what I mean? Shall we leave it at that, big man? We shall wrap it up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Pleasure. Feedback is always welcome. Feedback, follow, subscribe. I know. We'll do that. I don't know when this will be up. Probably about a week or so. Yeah. We'll see what the crack is. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. This is just the beginning. We're just getting warmed up here, and we cannot wait for episode number 2. Lots of love, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of love. Peace. CRM and TJJ. Yeah.